I don't think we can show up as well for others unless we have well identified self-care routines that we engage in every day.
Welcome to Women's Health and Longevity by Seneca Women, presented in partnership with P&G and Walgreens. We're living in an age of scientific breakthroughs. Technology, AI, and medical advancements are ushering in a whole new era of health and longevity. But what does that really mean for women's health? We're here to talk to experts about women's health from every angle, and we're here to demystify the science of health and suggest easy, practical things we can all do that may help us live healthier, happier, and longer.
Today we're talking with Dr. Karen Koffler about something that may feel like an indulgence, but in fact can be crucial for maintaining good health: self-care.
Someone once said that self-care isn't selfish. What do you think that means? And why do women in particular need to set time aside for self-care?
Actually, I consider self-care to be a wonderful gesture of self-love. I think women are at risk of not putting simple self-care routines as a priority in their lives as they take care of others. And I don't think we can show up as well for others unless we have well identified self-care routines that we engage in every day.
You know, we're so time pressed and it's so hard to make the time. What kinds of self-care routines do you recommend that we can kind of fit into our regular daily life?
So they can be actually small and they can be much larger and more time consuming. For many people, early morning is really the optimal time to devote to yourself, and it sort of sets the pace for the rest of the day if you can give yourself that time and attention. And it can be something as simple as a coffee or a tea in the early morning sun, where you're getting extra light, which will boost your melatonin and give you a better night's sleep. It can be a moment of prayer, of meditation, of breath work, all of which will regulate your nervous system and allow you to respond more evenly throughout the day. It can be an exercise routine, even just eating well or taking your vitamins or an act of self-care.
I love the idea of self-care, especially in the morning. So as we age, our bodies tend to change a lot. We may have hair, we may be losing hair in certain places and gaining hair in other places that maybe appear unusual. But I guess it's not unusual. It seems that this is part of the natural biological process.
It's not at all unusual. As hormonal levels change, the tissues that have been dependent on them also change. So very often women will notice that their hair is thinning, and yet they'll start seeing hairs growing on their chin or over their lip, and that's a very, very common experience. I think accepting that changes in our body are a normal part of biology that is going to happen, and accepting that and having some compassion for what it is that you're experiencing is essential.
So is there anything that you would recommend we do to really practice self-care?
So I think one of the most important aspects or manifestations of self-care really is to move your body, to get movement in on a regular basis. It does so much to prevent so many diseases and also releases endorphins and uplifts your mood and gives you a much more positive outlook. So I think that's arguably one of the most important self-care gestures that we can do on a regular basis.
One of the things that I'm trying to do is integrate more self-care into my normal routines. So for example, when I take a shower or a bath, just spend a little extra time, just a few extra minutes just to enjoy it, and in my mind think of it as a spa moment. So maybe these kind of micro spa moments that can help us sort of recenter and also just take a little more time for ourselves.
I completely agree with you, especially around the bath, which we know has such healing properties and is relaxing. In and of itself, just taking a bath is relaxing, a warm bath, and probably sets you up for a better night's sleep. And you can augment that by adding things like Epsom salts and lavender and really making it an experience for yourself where nobody else can get to you and you can just relax and enjoy that period of time.
Well, thank you so much for this. I am definitely going to practice more self-care and more routines in my life. I appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you.
Here are my top takeaways. First, self-care is especially important for women who often take care of others before they care for themselves. Second, early morning routines can be particularly effective. Lastly, set a relaxing routine by turning your shower or bath into a mini spa, a great time for self-grooming. And you can learn more about personal grooming from our partner at GilletteVenus.com. This episode of Women's Health and Longevity is brought to you by P&G and Walgreens, helping women find the right solutions for their changing needs. For more information, visit walgreens.com/women's-wellness.